Went to the combine, and I ran like a 4.65, 4.66, something like that. I said, bruh, they not better than me. I said, they not. I said, I understand they went to Michigan and Notre Dame and all. I said, but they not better than me. I'm better than you. Y'all got drafted before me? How? Why? I mean, I was in shape. I mean, I'm abbed up. I got muscles everywhere. And I'm like, you went before me looking like, ooh.
Plus, you know the NFL game because you've been watching your brother play in the NFL game.
The thing was, Joe, is that I always my favorite superhero was the Incredible Hulk. I always wanted to be big. I wanted to be the Incredible Hulk. I wanted muscles. And so I started lifting. And my brother would always tell me, say, bruh, you're going to lift yourself into a three-point stance. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Which means he goes from a skill position to the offensive or defensive line.
But I wanted to be a guy that could bench 400 pounds and squat 600. And he's like, but there are no receivers that can do that. Why do you want to do that? Well, that gave me even more motivation to want to do it because nobody else is doing it. And when Dan Reeves, my rookie year, says all the tight ends got hurt. All the guys got hurt. And everybody's thinking that Dan's going to go out and sign a tight end. Well, the offense is really complicated, and Dan didn't feel like he could, get a tight end up to speed in time. So Dan called me in and said, well, what do you think about playing tight end? My first words out of my mouth, I'm going to get a chance to play. He's like, yeah, but you're going to have to learn. I was like, okay, I'll do it. They moved me to tight end. John's going through I'm on the line of scrimmage. John's going through the play.
Elway.
John Elway. He's going through the plays. I'm like, hold up, time out. What I got again? So obviously I'm having a hard time learning it. So they put me in motion. So every time I go past John Elway, John would tell me what I got. You got to block the end. Blue 17. Block the end. Blue 17.
No way.
Yeah. Run a corner. Run a out. He's telling me the whole game. He told me what I had to do. They put me in motion. I'm dog tired. And I know he's tired because he got 100 things in mind. He got to tell me what I got to do. He got to read the defense. He got to worry about somebody trying to hit him in the back of his head. So we win the game. And so I'm walking up the field, and I can see him walking up at the corner of my eye. And he just tells me, say, I think we need to learn the plays next week. Yeah, I say, I think you're right.
Right. But you had a great relationship with John.
Unbelievable.
And there was something there that, he could have embarrassed you.
Yes.
He could have ripped you in front of the rest of the team.
Could have.
But he needed you.
I don't know what it is about me, but it was just something that he just kind of he liked me.
By 1992, you break out. And the world knows how good Shannon Sharpe always knew how good he was, and you become Elway's #1 target.
I did.
There's a relationship there, though, that we can't miss. And that's your relationship with head coach Dan Reeves. He's the guy that called you when you were drafted. Yep. He was a player himself.
Yep.
He believed in you like Coach Davis believed in you at Savannah State.
Correct.
And I guarantee, knowing you the way I know you, if somebody believes in you like that, they're golden.
They are. He told me I could be special. He said, you're too big, too fast, too strong not to play this game for a long time.
Then there's pressure there with this great organization that had been to the big game but had not won.
Yeah, it was. It was what happened in 1990 when I got drafted. They had just gotten the brakes beat off them by the 49ers in the Super Bowl 55-10. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a Super Bowl team, so we going back. The next year we go like 5-11 or 6-10. And I'm like, what happened? I thought y'all just went to the Super Bowl. Is it me?
Right.
The next year we go to the AFC Championship game. We lose to Buffalo 10-7. I'm like, okay, we're building something. And then the next year we were really good, but then John got hurt. And then Coach Reeves left at the end of the 92 season. I'm thinking to myself, wow, I just made the Pro Bowl. What if they get somebody in here that doesn't use the tight end? Because still, everybody was still wanted that tight end that can move people off the ball. Running, bring your running game, play defense. Nobody was thinking about if a tight end caught 25, 30 passes, so be it. And so Wade Phillips, who's the defensive coordinator, got hired, and he brought in Jim Fossil. And one of the things that Wade told him says, tell me what you're going to do with Shannon Sharpe. How are you going to use him? And I became the focal point.
That's how Jim got hired?
Yep.
How he was going to use you?
Yep. Now, the offense is going to be catered to what I do, which was get down the field, find a mismatch, put me outside, linebacker, safety, could beat some corners, and John was going to give me the ball. It was great. It was great. So now people are starting to see. My brother, 100 catch. He had a 100 catch season in '92. Had another 100 catch season, and the crowning achievement is that we're both going to the Pro Bowl.
How cool is that? Man. You two are competitors against each other in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, these two Sharpe brothers, one kind of dad and one kind of son, are in Hawaii for the Pro Bowl. That's awesome.
Well, Joe, I was feeling really good about myself, and so I bet my brother $25,000 I'd have more catches than he would.
Wait a minute. Now, times have changed now. There's no more eating possum here. You bet your brother how much?
I bet him $25,000 I'd have more catches than he would.
And your brother's like all pro.
Yeah. I ended up with 81. He ended up with 112. So.
Did you write the check?
No, Joe. I wasn't gonna be able to do that. I wasn't gonna be able to do that. I wasn't gonna be able to do that. But I had to do something. I had to put some pressure on myself. And look, I know I wasn't gonna, I thought I could. I mean, that was John's fault.
Right, yeah.
But I wanted to issue a challenge to him, and I wanted a reason to show up to work, go to work every day with that lunch pail and hard hat, because I had a goal. It wasn't to just, because I wanted to be what he was. He was an all-pro. He was a Pro Bowl player. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an all-pro. And to be on the all-pro team and to be in the Pro Bowl with your brother, not very many people can say that.
So Shanahan comes in. How important is winning a Super Bowl to you?
Well, I felt that's what would separate me from some of the other guys. I had established myself as a preeminent tight end. And when Mike came in, Mike says, I can throw you 100. Shannon, he's like, you can catch 100 balls, no problem, but we're not going to win. He says, I need you to block more and probably worry less about catching passes. He says, now, if you can't do that, we're going to have to find somebody that can. Well, since you put it like that, I think I could do it.
Yeah.
I think that'll be okay with me.
But you were a good fit for that scheme, right? That zone blocking scheme?
It didn't require me to try to move a 280-pound man, just do enough to get TD to the line of scrimmage. TD would do the rest. That was my job. And that's the thing that a coach has to do. A coach has to be understanding enough. Some guys you can kick in the butt. Some guys you can pat them on the back. Some guys you can be funny with. But it's your job to understand what you need to do to get each guy to perform at their absolute best. And the really good coaches can do it. And Mike knew what buttons to push. He let us be us. We had fun. But when it came time to work, and if you listen to the film, the cut-ups, or when he's Mike, he'd always say, get him ready, 84. Get him going. That was my job.
He went to you for that.
My job was to strike up the band. I was the drum major. I'm going to get it going. Be at training camp, I'm going to start talking to the defense, get them riled up. That means the offense is going to get riled up because we don't want to get shown up, and they're going to get riled up because they don't want to get shown up. That was my job.
You guys go 13-3.
Yes.
You're going to play against Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Jaguars. You guys are heavily favored.
Yes. They're a franchise. They've just been in the league. 95 was their first year in the NFL.